I hope you enjoy this. I know I enjoy working with, I always enjoy working with people. Very quickly. You know, it was interesting that the thing we just came from was very interesting. It's, we're so tied up in laws today that it's wonderful that you're appraised of what can happen. It's a pity that it's come to that, because no matter what the situation is, it's going to be bent. No matter what the situation is, they'll find a way to get around it. They have loopholes. I'm sorry, this way it works. It completely blows my theory. You know, my theory has always been that, you know, if you find yourself in a fair fight, your tactics suck. And you know, the key to what we do is not this excellent technique. It's the will. Gandhi said it better than anyone. You know, strength does not come from the physical capacity, but from an indomitable will. The will to survive. That's what this Untitled, when I started out with, was. And it's wonderful that it has evolved into a sport today to where we can participate. You know, and it's a lot like Kano when we developed judo. He took his jiu-jitsu, and instead of throwing a person down, breaking, dislocating, and this type of thing, or, you know, stabling, killing, whatever it was, he developed something where a person could work with another person, throw on the person could get up and continue. That's the wonderful thing about judo. Of course, then it's, you know, it's all driving and this type of thing. The classical part of judo in the classical. Now today it's traditional to a point. How many people are doing that? You do the Nagano kata when you went up to Yu Danshu? You know, it was, you know, prepare for that. It was just, you know, the happy goofy working with you. And the key to what we do, and this is all leading to what we're going to do. The key to what we're going to do is this. It should tell people, and I tell my students this constantly, and I'm not talking about new people, I'm talking about my older people. You know, I told you when we people line up, I'll tell you the unique thing about my school, I'm so proud of it. So I have Mark, and I have Clark, and I have Will, and I have Dave, and I have James, and I have Abby, and I have Gary, and Carl. And when I'm talking about these people, I'm talking 64, 62, 62, 65, Patty 64, Gary 64. These are their age in my front line. You know, they've been with me 30, 40 years. And that's a beautiful thing about it. But you know, when you talk about people, training, you don't kick somebody's tail. You don't fight. The training when we started was not developed for that. The training was developed to survive. Okay? To survive, and that's why you don't do this lightly when you do it. And there's nothing mystic about it. It's the thing that you have the will to win. And you don't have a second chance many times. And that's why you don't put yourself in a situation where you can't walk away. Or you don't do everything you can just to get away from this problem. Because it's just kind of your trading punches. You know, our trading kicks are dropping something and knocking them out. That's, you know, you can do that anywhere. You can go to the gym and do that. What we do is unique because it is the development of self. It's the development of your character, it's the development of your core, it's the development of your center, it's the development of you as a person. And now we get into something, I remember when Mr. Hickey was teaching last night, he gave you all these elements of what it takes and what it makes to make something work. And right at the end you get it, because is the breath. The breath is at the essence of our life. You know, we've stood in here just since we've lined up and bowed here. and thousands of breaths is taken in and let out. Through reflex, we don't even think about it. You know, we don't. It just happens. You know, you breathe in, you breathe out. And the beautiful thing about it is that you can go without water. You can go without food. You cannot go without breath. Richard Kim tells a story. You know, he went in the dojo, since he went to the dojo, he says, give me the greatest element in your study of karate do. You're going to study karate do, what do you need more than anything else? You know, everybody had a good answer. He walked over to the front row, grabbed his student by the hair, took him over to the deep sink that he had water in, plunged his head down in it, and the bubbles are coming up. And as he pulled the guy up, he says, what is it? And he says, air! And that's a way to make a point. Because when you do away with it, and you don't have the good lungs, you don't have that development, because air does more than just let you exist. It offers you the opportunity to center yourself. The most important thing in my study was about some more sacred showing root, which I do. That runs crossways no matter what you study. What style you study. Is the fact that it gives you the opportunity, through breath, when you start breathing and you start working Sancho as a timer, you expand the capacity in your system. You take in oxygen, you throw out carbon dioxide. In, out. Okay, that's one. The development of breath as you go along has 6 factions, okay, in sounds and colors. Because what you do is you use this intellectual center while you're working. Remember one thing, if you're going to progress. The mind does not follow the body. It's the other way around. This is what you try to do. You try to make the body follow the mind. This computer we've got up here, it takes all kinds of input in through our sensory system. We take the input in through smell, hearing, touching, seeing, tasting. Huh? These type of things, you know, give us thought and makes our process work. You know, it gives us the ability to react to things. You know, some people say you don't react, it's automatic. No, it's still perceived. It's just perceived faster than you can keep up with it. And we get so much trash in here throughout the day. It's very quiet right now, but I can hear that music back there. That's feeding in, okay? Even though I don't know it, amongst thousands of other things. You know, the feeling, you know, where you are right now. Can you feel a weight on the bottom of your feet? Feel the heaviness in the body. Because this is what you want. You want the weight to go to the underside when you hit it. You want to center. Judoka throws. When a judoka throws someone, they don't throw them here. They throw them by screwing down and going to the floor underneath it. And taking that center down. And bringing it down so low that you can't keep up with it. You can't keep up with the circle. Up in the basic Ogoshi right through, you know, all the throws. Works the same way. You drop the center, the weight to the underside, the elbows down, huh? Stance when you hit. You don't punch, you punch through. You breathe, it's the same thing. I taught Sanchin, how long ago was that, Mr. Hickey, when I taught that?
78, I believe. 77.
Probably read Sanchin 10 different ways. And just to warm up today, everybody, does anybody with Sanchin in here? Don't you have to see it if you do? Very few. Okay. You want to try to follow me on it? Right. It's going to be a little different than anything. I'm not even going to ask you to turn around on this one. You're all going to go right up and back, okay? Up and back. So while we spread out, because we're going to have a little room. Come on. Okay. Good. Thank you. Now let me show you something. I'm going to kind of get here in the middle and you can turn around and look. The original Sanchidaki stance was made here. Now a lot of even the Okinawans today have done this in order to make it stronger. They go 1, they go 2, they're here, it's not straight. You take the angle on the line from there and take it along the side of your foot. Okay, that is straight, this is straight. Okay, you grab with the ball of the foot and the heel on the bottom. You tighten, it's the inner thighs tighten, this locks, huh? As you hit, Huh? Here, doesn't have to be any wider than that. You grab this tight, okay? And as you go forward or you go backward, you take it to the inside of the foot and slide it. When it gets there, this part's up even a little bit, then you lay it flat, you grab with the ball of the foot and the heel again. This is a simple form technically to run. We'll do it slow enough that everyone can do it. You can look around and catch up. The wonderful thing about working breathing content, as a rule, is that it gives you time to measure yourself and look at yourself. A lot of the times you run, after you start running, you run too quickly. And then automatically what happens, your stances start to fall apart. Your body attitude starts to fall apart, okay? Your posture will fall apart, depending on what part's driving you. We are not singular things the way we do this, okay? We don't do anything from just a thought process or an intellectual center. You have an emotional center that argues with that all the time. And then you have an instinctive moving center along there that's got a little something to say about what happens too. It matters really when you do something, how effective you are, and what centers dominant at the time. In other words, if you're really just totally pissed off, that's emotions, okay? That's driving it. And it kind of pushes the intellect out. And then pretty soon you just go on energy. And the worst thing that can happen to you, though, when you're working and you're applying, or you're defending, or you're learning, is that you're not breathing. Most encounters are won and lost after the first 10 to 15 seconds because somebody's held their breath that long while it's all going on. And pretty soon it's like this. And then pretty soon both of them are like this, you know, and they should be able to go for an hour if they breathe correctly, okay? After you become comfortable in glite, okay, you don't have that problem anymore. Why? You hit a comfort zone when you're sparring. You're not really concerned about getting hit. You've been hit before. So that doesn't bother you anymore. When you started, it was different. When you started sparring, now you didn't last too long. You were kind of going, yeah, because you were holding your breath. Then because after you hit a comfort zone in there and you spar for a while, it becomes more of a natural thing to you. Then you breathe better when you do that, okay? You'll last a little longer. But people still don't use breath to their advantage. When you breathe, you take air in, you retain it, and then you expand it and extend it. And you do the same thing with energy as you build. The key, the total key for me, I don't know about you, total key for me is to learn how to be the most efficient I can in building energy, retaining energy, and extending energy into my target. Those are the three most important things to me. And that the whole process of doing that is built on principles. What are my stances? What is my stance? Is my stance, am I centered? Distance, direction, displacement of the feet, the 3Ds, huh? What direction are my feet? I can't strike someone, maximize my striking technique if my stance is in here, and I go to strike, Mr. Ellis here like this, and I'm here, and as I hit like this, and here like this, and I hit here, I'm not maximized now. If I'm going to do that, as he comes in again like that, and I'm here, it's not maximized, okay? The direction of my feet. I'm hitting on line, heel, toe, alignment when I'm doing it. And how far am I that distance? How far am I from him? How far apart are my own feet? You know, you made a very good point last night. All these things we practice. All depends on what he's doing and how I react to it. Get way away from something now. Let's go back to where when you're here like this and you're hitting tension and you're tightening the body, because that's what happens when you come forward. You are here, you relax, you come forward, and you're here. And you have tension in the arms. See this here? See the jaw? I don't make the tension above the neck. I do not go like that and use my facial muscles and my neck muscles to make the tension. What happens up there? Oh, we got a doctor here. What happens when you... Aneurysms, especially old guys. You'll pop them in your eyes, you'll pop them in your head. You know, the Okinawans say, we don't work sergeant after 40. Yeah, that's because why? You got eyes out, blood vessels, you know, big knots up here. No, you don't. You make all your stuff from here on down. No matter what, the jaw stays loose when you work. Now, can I tell you something? When I first taught this, I didn't know that. I used to teach it that way. You know, yeah. And boy, I did that way for years. I was young enough to get away with it, see? But no, you're here, it's here, it's tension. And this is loose. Everything is tight. It's here, 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 here. You make this part tight like this, elbows down, pull down the triceps, this part tight like we were talking about before. Really try to keep your feet pointed straight ahead. But don't use your jaw. Huh? Use your body. Again, let your mind lead the body. Let the body lead the mind. Okay? There we go. Leg. Here. Breathe. Oh man, don't breathe. Let's do it again. Here we go. Breathe in and out. That's good. Here, straight ahead. You got a bucket in each hand, huh? Shoulders are down. Breathe in and out. Now relax. Breathe in as you step forward. You're here, up and here. Relax. Pull it back in chamber. Punch. Take it to the elbow. Breathe in and out. Pull those elbows back into the body. Okay, you're going to step forward with the left foot. In and out. Breathe in and out. Relax. Breathe in. Across. Relax. One more time forward. In and out. Chamber. Punch. Keep your elbow down. Take it across. And block. Step back with the right foot. Here. Cross. Block. Shoot on. Punch. Take it across and block. Step forward with the right foot. Breathe in and out. Go back. Punch. Take it across. Block. Left foot forward. Move. Breathe in and out. Keep straight ahead. Look down. Huh? Okay. Chamber. Take it across. Right foot forward. Breathe in and out. Chamber with the left. Punch. Keep that jaw loose. Here and block. Arms are tight, jaws loose. Step back with the right foot. Cross, block, shoot on. Punch sinking. Cross the elbow, block. Up. Step. Breathe in and out. Go back in chamber. One. Punch. Block. Back. Punch. The elbow down when you punch. Cross. Block. Back. Punch. Cross. Block. Back. Punch. rotate, push down with the left hand. Open the right hand, breathe. Push down with the right hand, breathe. Breathe in, retreat, pull, and down. Step back, pull back, press. Step back, pull back, press. Tora, tiger mouth right here. Step back, not double, pull, press, breathe. Go ahead. Sanchin kata of Higa, Seikichi Sensei. The Koeppel Goju of Okinawa. That's the way they work. Light, yeah. You want a sweat? I think you should. It should warm me up. But you should be pumped in here. Really. Here's a squeeze. Okay. This is a nice way to get warmed up. Let me show you a few movements. We're going to work. Let's go in. Let's do a couple things first, and then we'll go into the walking. We're going to be partners on this, and what this is the basic technique of lots of more Seiko that I work. I'm going to show you how, when you take the principles and you develop them, and you increase them, and you start compacting the way the simple movement that we do can be pushed together after you do it for a while. The basic movement in this is like in here. Don't go to, you'll use the Zenkatsu, but don't go to the real deep one. I'm in a position right here, they call it normal posture, normal walking posture. And they call it Shizen Taidachi. Okay, Shizen Taidachi is just a normal upright posture. It's not a square room like this to someone. You come to here. It's about that way. It's a relaxed position, knees bent over the feet. Now, the important thing on any application, if you work karate, as I work in the island, is that you have a ashi sabaki or tai sabaki, a body deployment or a body change that's necessary. Now, there are several different body changes in karate. The ones that are passive are when you're like this and you go like that. That's changed the position of the body. You know, some of them when they're like this, change the position of the body. It'll be a passive thing. It'll be just like this. We use a little more aggressive body change. We do two things. We try to keep two things in mind. Every time we have the opportunity, we close on our attack. In other words, if a person comes towards me, it's the normal thing against another person. If a person aggresses towards you, that people go like this. You know what I'm talking about? In our system, the way we work, as he comes to there, I go like here. I'm like this. See what I'm talking about? Right. And here, okay? I move in like that, or as he comes into me, I move here like this. In. I'm trying to close all the time I can. The second thing in our system that we do when we do this is that when I close and when I strike, I never strike singular. When I have the opportunity, I always hit double. And, and that means that when we're here, say I'm going to come inside here. Seikenzuki like up in the air, but I'm going to come back. Okay, all right. So listen. As I come, I'm going to do two things. All right, as he advances on me, as he advances to me, what I'm going to do is try to advance into him. And I want to stay on his inside. They call it walking into the tiger's arm. I would have an advantage. You always think of that. If he's going to be like this, he's going to cross. The advantage to me, if he crosses, would be to go to the outside and kill this arm here. But I'm not. I'm going to go to the inside. I'm going to come inside. I'm going to get here, like this, one. Now take it outside, and immediately upon the block, I'm striking simultaneously. Okay? Now, when we do this in the beginning, we're going to show here, and without all this action, we'll get into it. So one more time, he counts 1, 2, I'm in here. The next movement in here is this type of a kick in here, down. So when I work it, let me work it without here first. Okinawa's number 1 is like this. I'm here, my kame is up in here. I step, I'm here, kick, and go 1, 2, and punch. Isn't that simple? Huh? What do you do? You stall. I'm kicking. My Gary, call me Gary, whatever it may be, or he's close enough, okay? As you come down, you just punch, okay? Let's do that a couple times as a group. This is the first. We have 30 Okinawas in my school, in the system. From this to this is very basic. That's all right. You are here. She's anti-dashi left foot in front. I've always been of the impasse that if I'm going to be across from you, David, when we have the confrontation and I'm across from you, I'm not going to stand here like this and give you the whole thing. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to be like that. I'm going to be here like this. You know what I mean? I'm not going to afford this because something has to happen here. You know, if I go straight back in line with this power, you know, or even if I'm going to be like this, I'm going to stop in here. He has the advantage right here. Okay, he just punches on line right across. He's got me. Okay, but if I'm here like this, and then he aggresses on that side, he'll get up in here. The thing about it is that now, look, the strength is here. Anyway, no resistance against me. Strength is here. You want to do it again. You're pretty strong. But as soon as I get to here, so what I'm doing is 2 things. First thing I'm doing is moving this target away from his technique. Moving the target away. Let's do it one more time. Move it away. 1. And blocking. Second thing I'm doing is taking the angle back into it. Okay? Works the same way if I go to the outside. Comes to here. I'm here. 1. Right back in. Okay? His movement. The one thing I'm trying to get away from is this. Is if he's stronger than me, he's still coming. And he's coming. Under. You know what I'm talking about? I'm getting away from linear. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to angle. And the reason for the angle, again, is he's still going here, we hope. You know, even if he picks his knee up, I'm back in. Now, if I do what I said I did, you strike immediately, I'm going to go the outside. All happens at one time, David. You know what I'm talking about? Why go 1, 2, if we can go 1, 2. Why go on this side? 1, 2, right there. Here. Lean, Ooh, back in. Okay? So let's do it. Let's do it by ourselves. We're here. Step. 1, 2, punch, punch. Back and block. Remember, it's not off. You're not chasing them. You're closed. You're closed up. Close up. Close up, tight up. H. Knee. Thumb. Feet. Now, I'll tell you what you do. Find a partner. Find a partner and do this with your partner. Hey! And go to the inside. Go to the inside to start with. Go to the inside to start with. We'll do it on the count. We'll do it on the count with each other, okay? Watch. This will be H. As he comes, I step in and block. Knee, I kick to the inside of this leg. You might have to bring your knee up high to do it. You drive, okay? When I sit down, I punch, punch, punch underneath the arm so that you can punch. Then just step back here and block it on. Do it that way. Those are the movements, okay? Let's do it. I'll talk you through it. First is going to be back with the right foot and step through. In the punch, you block. Raise the left foot up and kick the knee. Set down, punch, right, left. Right, left. That's it. The back block, get out. That's it. Now don't leave too much room in between when you do it. Keep them tight. Here we go. Somebody need a partner? You got somebody needs a partner up here. Somebody looking for a partner? There you go. Okay, here we go. Hitch. Punch. Knee. Kick. Bones. Sit down and punch. Punch. Knee. Back and walk. Knee back. Do it again. Hitch. Knee. Time. Knee. And back. One more time. Hitch. Knee. Time. Knee. Go. Now the other guy does it, okay? The other person attacks. Here we go. You're gonna punch right. Set. Go. Hit. Kick with the left foot. See?
Oh, I see. If you want to be on this.
Set it down. In front. Set it down in front. Down in front. Punch right, left. That's good. Step back. Yeah. Go. Step back in. Right hand. Ready. Here we go. Hit. There. Kick left. Set it down in front. Set it down in front. Right where you kick it. Remember something. I'm here with this gentleman here. Right there. I go to here. After this foot comes out and kicks, I'm going to be driving that thing through. That's going to pop. I hope you're going to break that thing. Okay. So you don't hit it here and bring it back here. You hit it here and then bring it down. Okay. You go to the next move. Okay. Go. Hey. Hey. Done. Dig. Go. One more time. Again. Hitch. Start with the left foot forward, young lady. There you go. Step with your left foot forward. Left foot forward. Then step to the right. There you got it. Now go with the left. Kick. That's it. And then step right through and punch. He's going to move. He's not going to be there. When you drive that like this, he's going to Hitch. Hey. Dig. Okay. Hitch. Dig. Some. Okay. And kick back to the other side again like you did in the beginning. There we go. Hitch. Dig. Some. Okay. Again. Hitch. Dig. Okay. One more time. Hey! Hey! Down. Okay. Is that good? Which side? Do it again. Hey! Hey! Down. Okay. Get it, she's that guy. Look, she's that guy. Put ahead. There you go. Hey! Get it! Come! Hey! One more time. Hey! 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 Come! Hey! You know, let me show you something. This is the way when a person comes into our dojo. And brand new. And we keep looking to watch number one do this. We go. Come here. On A. She's in tight. Sold. I get him. Shaking. Shaking. Get up. Take. Now, as he progresses, you are a black belt. Okay? Of course, she's just going to introduce you to this dude, so you're still thinking about what comes next. So, after he's with us a while, we say, okay, we'll do it the way we started when we're here, and I'm like this. He punches, I go 1, I go 2, I go 3, and I go 4. Let's do it one more time. H. I'm getting ahead of myself. There we go. H. Knee. Some. She. Okay. Then pretty soon we say, okay, what's the basic principles of our system? Basic principles are, I have the opportunity to get a punch too. So as he comes in, I go 1. I did all 3 at one time. One more time. H. Yeah. Right there. That's 1. And I'm breaking through. Right? Now I got 2 left. You got another punch and the gate on, right? So instead of 5 movements, you do this in 2. H. Boom. Here, right here. Gay doesn't have to come down here. The hammer fist is up in here. Okay? One more time. One more time. Right. Hey. Boom. One more. Start. Pitch. You want to try slowly? Take a step in, raise, lock your strike. You've been there. Right. And the key is, I'm going to play this second. We're not even going to do the whole thing here. And you know, you talk to him, I heard this talk about Mr. Anderson's first punch. You don't need to chamber on that first technique. The technique from here, when you hit here, and you hit in here. Huh? You're right on the liver. Now, bone into it. Okay? When you come to the second, this punch comes from here, and this one comes right from here. Huh? It comes. Right into here. Like that, same one. You don't. Oh, here. You go here. And I'm going to, real quick, I'm going to show you why the crane started a long time ago. When I used to believe my knee hunches, your techie, when I used to believe that my back was against the wall, I was taught that way, and I was fighting here. I was fighting in this posture. Remember the 3 Ds I was talking about? Distance, direction, displacement. That I could actually strike somebody out of this position. Why in the world would I want to get somebody out of this position? Stand up and take this position against me. Judo proves this. Judo proves this. How do you throw the guy? You throw him back, or you throw him forward? Huh? You don't throw him this way or that way. Huh? As soon as he puts that foot back. Huh? Now, you can't throw him this way or that way, but he can be thrown this way and that way. Now, why in the world, if you come to Kiva, would you want to punch me out of that stick? You want 1 foot ahead. Right? Okay? And when we work techie, though, this is the mindset. Come across and here, 1. Here. Here, you notice my hip with 2. Okay? When I'm in here like that. 1, 2. What do we do before we go like this? That's exactly what it is. So, we do it out here, but we're going to do it on an angle with body check. So as he's in front of me here, and he grabs this. I'm going to grab it right like that. I want to release here. Is all I want. I don't want a real big release. I just want his stomach there. As he strikes in here, I come to here, I hit to there. See what I just did? Was those wings coming through. Right? Only difference is we closed them up in Okinawa then and in other places. Okay? Normally we've been there. You want to see old Chinese? We'll do real slow. We're here. 1, 2. You seen this posture before?
Yes, sir.
And what happens in the kata when you're in here? Same thing, okay? As it comes through. That movement in there is the basis of Shoto Karate. It was the basis of Moto Blues, Chokinova Blues, and Hanshi and Taki. So the basis of Tusa's technique is that when here's the movement, I'm going to, and maybe I want you to try this. There's a 3 technique movement. As he punches with this hand, I pass. As he punches with this hand, I pass and block. As he punches with this hand, I pass and block and strike. Now, why do I want to strike him here? Turn towards me. Tighten your stomach. This is a 6-pack. I don't want to hit him here. I don't want to hit him here. Case in some cases. I don't want to hit him here. So what happens is I turn him. I'm to the side of the stomach where it's soft. And I hit with a hammer and back in here with it, okay? And penetrate. That's the liver right there. Okay? So you set this whole thing up that way. You're like this back across from him as he punches. Now this passes, this blocks, and this strikes. And it's lightning fast. Lightning fast. 1. Right there. I can go from there, or I can go up into here, which is tremendous. 4 inches off the nipple, bing, right through him, okay? Really take mine. And it all happens off of that movement here, okay? They started back a long time ago when they worked training, you know, and here you go. And then it went a little farther, then it went one in here. Then it came to here, huh? As it evolved, it goes like this. But it still started off of this movement here, off of this movement here. Then it goes to here, huh? Then it goes to here. And that's your house, today's your house, like that. You notice when you're in your hachi, you go one, and if you're working it, we used to work it like this. Why? I'm going to do this slowly. Right? We're here. I change the position of the body past, block, and strike. I don't want to just get here. I know where this is going. This is going right up this arm that I'm blocking. It's going to come back in here. As I change body again, it's going to come straight back up in there and hit. But something else hits. Not simultaneously, okay? So as I go to here, I go one. I come back in. I hit with both of them. Stomach 6, huh? Right in 24 down in here. But only when you hit, you don't pull it like I did. You drive it through him as you hit, okay?
Right.
So if I'm going to work kata, I'm going to work nihachi. Second. In. Here. 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 What's this? 1, 2. You like this. Thank you very much for helping. This is the body change. This is the body change. What are we doing? Stay right where we are. What are we doing in the kata? We're here. We go up and here. Okay. That is a body change. Body change is as he strikes. I go here. Right across the body. Well, what happens when I'm here? He's coming. Okay? One time. There! Huh? That's what that hand's under there for. Okay? Now, from here I go, bing, huh? Bing, back in here again. You see what I'm talking about? So I'm here. 1, take him across. 2, take him back in double. Well, I'm not there. Why do I want to do this? Go like this. Then come back here and here. When I can be hitting them with all this. Don't hit me, Dave. Why do we pull back? There's a lot of reasons, okay? But the thing is, rubbing is as important as striking. Rubbing across. As he's working with me in here, I come out and I hit here. What? Huh? As I come in to strike with this hand, huh? Watch the left hand just down here. Here we go, down. Huh? It rubs before you hit. In here with that. See what I'm talking about? It can, from in here, it can rub up in here. You rub all those places. And you start rubbing across the person's body before you hit him. That's that pullback. I'm in here. The best way to stop someone from punching me in here is as I change body. Right into the shoulder. Into the shoulder. Now as I come in and I strike with this arm back in, huh? I hit right across the pectoral as I hit in here, okay? That's just boom, boom, right like that, huh? All rubbing and striking. Never 1, always 2. Always rub before you strike. What are you trying to do with it? You're trying to put them down. Once you get in there, you don't even go. You spit on them, you bite them. You do whatever necessary. You realize that it is part of what we do in the old Indian Nate. So there's the twisting, the bending, the breaking, the biting, the tearing, the spitting. You will to win. We don't have a choice. Somebody's going to kill you. When they started out in the villages, it was crude. It was a crude life. You had the guy was a guy. He was protecting that. This is his job. People would come in. They take all the rice. They take all the women. Kill the kids. It was his job. Any way he could win. Indomitable will to win, to survive. That's why he didn't go out to the local place and pick a fight. Because that wasn't his job. He didn't have local places they were so poor. He was about to do a survival. That's what this all started with. And then the Chinese made it a little more classical for him. Gave him a lot more nice stuff with it. Chinese boxing. And they were brutal. Chinese boxers were brutal. stood there with the referee between punched each other. Not the flag went, and whoever stood, you know, the big bear carried out the box was the winner. Sometimes they both got carried out the box. So, but I mean, you know, the thing is, what we're trying to do is develop a self-defense. That's why I say, what defense would I have in court? So, you know, somebody who can see, you know, do something. Because the key, when you're in tight like that, is that, and it's in the content when we're working, okay? That when you're in tight and you're pulling back, like we're talking about, and you're coming, outside finishes like this. Outside finishes up in here like this, and then it's over in here, okay? Because I'm there. Watch, I'm going to do this. Okay. He's here, and I go 1. Then I go up in here, I go 2. Huh? You hit points again. I want to do it. So I go 1, 2. Okay? Only you really hit them on. I'll just start.
Right? Being very gentle.
Yeah. Here. Initially, when I was there, and Lacey's father told a student of this, and he got out of it 20 years. This was the movement in here. 1, 2. Now in here. We don't even want to teach that. No way to pull that. Right? It goes down. It's also a loose A sheet where you go just show when you're here and you're out, you work, you come forward and move. Right? But what is your top of it was no, not, you know. So anyway, you know, that's kind of what we're working. You want to work, let's work a little twisty arm. You guys like to do the wrist locks and stuff?
Right.
Yep. Do like that. There's all kinds of things, all kinds of strikes and everything. I'm going to give you this whole sequence. It's really nice. It's a nice little arm bar wrist lock type thing. It's not at the top. That's the reason why I like to do it. Okay? So, you going to be my lookie again? Yes, sir. Comes off with a push in here. He pushes into here. Okay? I come to here. And this is pretty classic for moving here. Okay? From in here, I want to get him loose. So I go, boom, I get it in there. Okay? Take it to here, 1, over into here, 2, and then down. Well, I got it in there. Yeah, I sure did. Push. Push. Close. Put it out. Now, don't be not here. A lot of you will go like this. Tell them the difference.
This is nothing.
Ring in the rag. Okay? If you not need on, you do that. You got this type of movement, this type of. Anytime you get a washcloth on, you squeeze the water out of it. Okay? Then you go to here, and I want this bend, see? So to make it bend and keep him from doing anything else, you just tap him on the pectoral here, right there like that. And you take it over the top into here. It doesn't matter what you get here, you can get 1 finger. Now here's the way you can get out of this. Raise this elbow up, you go over. Now, that's the way you can get out of it. So in Crusade sheet, how wise this come here? After I get this all on you like that, and I put this baby on, I go to here and I come to here. I keep that elbow and turn it over down in here. Now, where do I apply? It's not applied, it's just on. Down. See what I'm talking about? Or down this way. You want to, and this works a lot faster than it even looks. If you push it, 1. Huh? And down. Like that. Yes. Want to do it? Hey. Fun!
Stop right there. I couldn't see from my direction. I know that
Sir, how are you getting that finger on that last part? So you call
Dave.
No, I'm cool.
He can come up, he doesn't need to do the flipping. You can take this up and just spin underneath with your head. He can come that way to get out. Okay? To keep him from doing that, once I'm here, I go here, I go to here. Now he can stand up and go underneath. No way. He can't even punch. Punch my groin. Yeah, go on. He can't.
Thank you, sir.
That's right.
Yeah, reach underneath, take his fingers to the floor, turn it up, fingertips to the floor. Now reach under and grab wrist. Now, he can just take your head underneath. He's out. Okay? That's why that hand's on top. It keeps him from moving out right. Now, this is where the lock is, right? Right? As soon as making it. Right? This secures it. This connecting these ones are not. That's what you say she can do now. Yeah, so you come to here and punch, see? Now you come to here. This is basically this points down. That's not underneath. Fingers got to be down. If you're like this, I can't do it. I got it. It's good. As soon as I go to there, I got it. Right. So we were getting confused. And Mike just brought it up, and it's an excellent way. You get somebody really grabs it in here. You don't want it, huh? Thing is, you go. There. It will make it. Okay. Makes it work a lot better for you.
Yep.
How many of you use a single arm thing in a lot of the, this is in kata, this is what you need, where you come to here and you can't get this? You know, you can't get this part on because they'll resist. That's a real hard thing to get on. You know, like Oyaka will use this. Oyaka. You'll come in here like this, you'll come to here and he'll force you down and punch you. But to get the guy to force down, here's this rubbing I'm talking about and how it will work. He's here, and I'll put this on. Nice out! That spot, okay? Then I'll come in here, and I'll come through, and he resists. I can't get him, okay? So what I do from right here is I start coming in, I go, ah! Just rub. You notice how that just dig up on it? Just rub. Just rub. Yeah, it's just rub along. Just for a second. No matter what kind of resistance he's giving you, giving a big guy, big strong guy. It doesn't hurt. This does not hurt.
It really doesn't hurt.
It doesn't hurt you at all, but I want to make a point. You're a big strong guy. Come here, let me show you. This is really neat. This is really neat. I'm into this position. I got this thing. Now this guy's got stumps for arms. Okay, and I come to here and I want to get him over. I want to get him down. I can't. He's resistant. I go, boom. See how fast that went? It just, for a minute, your resistance is not there anymore. And all it is just touching. Thank you. Huh? It blocks. It blocks going through here. What's happening? If you're here like this, for just a second, it just short circuits that thing in your body that resists. And you'd be surprised when you're inside working with someone and you're working technique inside, that if you can, as you come in close, you can hit that technique in there. You know, this has got nothing to do with George does or any of them, because they hit your press points for knockout. I'm talking about aids in order to fill your strikes. That's what I'm looking at. I don't care whether it's knock shot or not. I want to hit you empty, you know, and I'm inside, rather than just come to a person when you're working inside. You go like in the Hachi show. In the Hachi show, when you work the Teki show, come across and come here and you go 1, 2, okay? if I'm going to do that, now rather than go this way, as he wants to do it right now, I got this here and I hit, see? Now, rather than just hit, what I do, you notice in the kata, when I work the kata, that I just didn't get when I end with kata with like that. That's because to set up the head to come afterwards, I go out and I pass and I hit. There I go. And then I hit. I hit him twice. I hit him here and then hit him there. Or if you really want to work it, here, you hit him up in here with it. Hit him here and pull it back. And then hit him, okay? That's the elbow. Either one, yeah. Or get the elbow, yeah. But see again, there's that pullback. Why do we pull back? Why do we pull back? Pass up. You're out of here and pass up. Like this. And you hit. It comes back to here. But what is happening? This is an Nishikara sensei. You know that one. The thing is, I'm inside with the man. Two hands come. I go one. As I pull back, I'm here. And the pullback is here. Lisa! Huh? Why? I want the rub. I'm not trying to hurt him. I want that action in here. So that there's two hands going like that. I go, one change body. Nice eye! See what I'm talking about? Punches are only going that far. But this lights you up. That's good. That's why the pull action is there, because you're rubbing. You're rubbing. You rub as you come back, and then you hit off. Get off the rub. You punch, you're in here like this. You're one. You come inside. You're here, and you punch it. And it's 0, 1, huh? And I go 1, 2, like this. But instead of just going 1, 2, watch. And I go 1. Right back in. You see that pull back come through before I hit? And rub, didn't it? Always remember that. There's no wasted movement anywhere when you work. No wasted movement. And you just want to light them up. And you don't get many chances, you know? It might only be that long. Like I say, you find yourself with someone, and if you think you're going to put a armbar and wrist lock on somebody that's mad, huh? Without doing something to them first, and you might have a real surprise, you know. But the thing is, that it can make it for you, like we said when we were doing it there. What makes that first wrist lock work? When he's here, all this stuff is here. 19 across the arm, loosens it. 19 across the arm, loosens it, come to here. This loosens it more. Now you can go into these things, and you can get them. Now I got that same thing only I'm not underneath on top. All I'm saying, look, to get this on you without those first two, not doing that. Don't tear your head off before the head. Right? Or bite your finger. Okay. Any questions at all? You want to work the wrist lock for just a little bit more until you get it down? That's a pretty nice little thing.